Okay. I go up and out. I gotta flatten that a little bit. Well, hopefully that'll be interesting looking. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Now You See It. Now You See It is a 2005 Disney Channel original movie. It's directed by Duwayne Dunham, cinematography by Robert Seaman, editing by Terry Blythe, music by Phil Marshall, and it's written by Bill Fritz. The film stars Michalka as Allison, Johnny Pacar as Danny, and Frank Langella as Max. The quality of the cinematography leaves a lot to be desired, but they do pull off the cute little magic tricks and stuff like that, so I just wanted to nod that they're able to pull off some of the magic tricks pretty well, except for maybe the stuff where he's up in the air, but it was pretty decent. The music for this was very Halloween-y. It felt very scary movie, Halloween, fall, October, which I never thought of. I've seen this movie before, and I never thought of this movie as like a Halloween scary movie. It's like magic and, you know, a reality TV show, so I never thought of it as like a Halloween movie, but I guess it could kind of be associated with Halloween, so I'm not necessarily mad about it, but the music gave that vibe for sure. I barely remembered how this was told / put forth. All I remembered was that Danny was magic, Allison wasn't and was his friend, and that Max was evil. That's all I remembered. I remembered nothing else. I didn't remember the reality TV part of it. I didn't remember him actually being magic and like trying to explore that. I didn't remember someone trying to steal someone's powers. I don't remember any of this. This movie, unfortunately, from my opinion perspective, is jumbly fumbly. Okay? They had a lot of pieces, and they had a lot of promising stuff they could do. A little Harry Potter-y. You know what I mean? But they totally dropped the ball, I think. I don't know how to explain that this was just jumbled. There was stuff that, like, so a very early moment when he's, like, trying to do the magic for Allison, and he keeps failing at getting the doves to pop out of the balloon or whatever, and he snaps at her very angrily, and she's just like, oh, you're my last chance too, and it's like, it wasn't played right. I don't know if it's a direction thing, if it's an Allison and Johnny thing, I don't know what it is, but it just didn't feel played right, especially because it was so early in the movie. And then throughout the rest of the movie, there's this whole thing between Allison and Danny, like, are we friends or are we not friends? And it's like, you haven't really shown me anything that shows you're bonding to be friends. So, like, no. Like, from an outside audience perspective, I'd be like, you're just some kid producer that found him to be on this magic show, and you're, like, there to, like, have his back and stuff, but, like, there's been no, like, bonding or anything like that yet that shows that you're friends, so why are we so, like, are we friends or are we not friends? Like, I was like, what is going on there? There's a touch of secondhand embarrassment, which always makes it hard for me to watch. It just feels very disjointed between, like, the reality TV competition part of it and, like, the him trying to figure out stuff about himself because he's actually magic, and then, like, Max being actually magic and being evil. So, like, I don't know. It's a super fun concept. Just poor execution. A line in this that took me out, they were talking about things that were unpredictable, and they said Donald Trump's hair. Oh, how they had no idea. This is really small, and I could be the only person on the planet that thinks this, but I think Johnny Pacar looks and has a very similar vibe and chemistry with Allison that Raviv Ullman had with Allison, and I don't think that's a mistake. I think potentially Raviv Ullman didn't want to, or couldn't do this movie, or didn't want to do this movie, and was, like, done with Phil the Future, that he was in with Allison, Michalka, and just, you know, maybe he moved on after Pixel Perfect or whatever else, but they wanted to pull people in, so they casted someone that looked like, had similar chemistry, and had a similar vibe to Raviv, to maybe pull people, because I remember even when this movie was being advertised, for a split second, I thought Raviv Ullman was in it. And then I found out it wasn't him, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I feel like Mariah thinks I'm crazy. So she says she's never thought that, didn't really ever think that. But I've always thought that. I've always thought he looked like Ruby Ballman and that they did it on purpose. The opening of this was garbage. Like the opening title, freeze frame garbage. Like it's just not good. It is a very true Confessions Quince storytelling vibe with Allison, you know, in her dorm room. She's wearing a Harvard sweater. I have no idea where she's supposed to be. If she's supposed to be in her bedroom or if she's like going to Harvard. I don't know. They specifically put her in a Harvard sweater. We get it. She's smart. But is she at Harvard? I thought she was too young to be at Harvard. I have no idea. But anyway, not important. She's like has the footage and all this stuff pulled up to tell the story and videotapes and all that kind of stuff, which gave me the True Confessions vibe. But the way she like spoke to the camera and everything gave me a very big Quince vibe. So it's kind of fun. Quince is still way better. That's fine. Anyway, I feel like the whole, I mentioned in the writing section, the friends versus not friends thing. I feel like they had these like big emotional moments, but didn't show us anything to like be invested in those big emotional moments besides like a couple things. So like the thing I was most invested in was like him getting that ring off his finger so he could keep his magic powers and become like a nice magic wizard person, with Allison as his friend or whatever. That's what I was most invested in, and they kept doing like, you're my friend, you're not my friend. And I'm like, you haven't shown me anything that shows them bonding to become like true, real, amazing friends. Just the fact that she's like supporting him, which like, yes, of course, fine. But like, I don't know, it's very like up and down, dramatic, disjointed, whatever, like I've already mentioned. Max at the end, in that final sequence, I think it's really unfair, first of all, that Max was so involved in Danny's performance when he wasn't involved in Zoe's or Brandon's, I don't remember their names, at all. And then he says, let's get on with the show like 30,000 times. And I was like, yo, if I were the editor, I'd want to kill somebody. I'm like, we get it. He keeps saying, let's get on with the show. So like, get on with it. Like what you're doing things that is getting on with the show. I don't know. I was very upset. And then the ending is like super corny. But it's very cute. They have very good chemistry. It's very sweet. So yeah, overall, I'm disappointed. I was excited when it started. I was kind of like, ooh, fun. Okay, what's going on? And then it just like kind of fell flat with all the jumbled, disjointed parts of it. So it's not terrible. I'm just disappointed. I wanted more from this. That's everything I have for Now You See It. My final rating is 4 red rings out of 10. Our total movie count is... Pterodactyl and Cry count is still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon if you're starting at just $1. We get a coupon code for merch and every video a week early. Every tier above that starts fun things like daily trivia, weekly random facts, monthly podcasts, monthly postcards, just all the fun and fangled things. So please go check Patreon out. It's a really great time, honestly, truly. The daily trivia is great, and I want more people involved and invested. Buy merch. Merch is great. Don't be, come on. This is one of my faves. Until next time, Kamil Bednarczyk, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do you, and don't be Max about it. We're cranking along here, friends.